What up, everybody? Yesterday I made a video about the theory that Kanan, Stark, and Krystal from Juke's singing group are Effie's parents. In that video, I primarily talked about the clues about who Effie's mother is after she got the phone call from her mom at the end of episode 7. But maybe I wasn't detailed enough about the raising Kanan aspect of the breakdown because I had a lot of people in the comments saying that Effie can't be Kanan and Krystal's son because Effie is younger than Sean. So in this video, I'm going to focus more on the raising Kanan aspect, the timeline, and the backstory. And it is 100% true that Sean is older than Effie, seeing that Effie is Tariq's age, and Tariq was just a kid when Sean was in the picture. But at the same time, Sean's mother is not Krystal, who is pregnant on the current Raising Kanan timeline. Sean's mother's name is Jarita, played by Tasha Smith, who made a couple appearances in Power Season 2. Meaning Kanan would have had another child with Krystal that we never saw in OG Power. The current Raising Kanan timeline is around 1992, so Kanan had his first child with Krystal and then continued to be in her life and his son's life, because Effie said that she had an older brother who was killed in a robbery gone wrong. But at the same time, we know that Kanan is a player and he's definitely not a one-woman man. Keep in mind, before Krystal told Kanan she was pregnant, she was trying to get him to call her his girlfriend. And he was like, "We're kicking it." So soon after Krystal gave birth to his first child, he then met Jarita, Sean's mother, and Sean was conceived around the year 1995. But at the same time, we know that Kanan is one who would want to be in his child's life. So because of that, he continued kicking it with Krystal all the way to around the year 2002 or 2003, when him and Krystal were now in their mid-20s, and now Krystal gets pregnant again, this time with Effie. And because Krystal and Jarita were probably rivals and didn't get along, Krystal never even told Effie that she had another brother with a different mother. Keep in mind how we saw Krystal behaving in Raising Kanan Season 3. She was cast to be the diva for the group Butter, and that was her attitude. First she stole Kanan from the other girl in the group, Aisha. Then when Juke made the lead of the group, she had some girls jump Juke at a train station to try to get her to miss rehearsal. So Krystal definitely isn't the type who's going to be getting along with Kanan's other girlfriends and baby mothers. A lot like her daughter Effie, who in Season 2 tried to kill Lauren Baldwin to, like she told Kane, eliminate the competition. But around this same time, one of Kanan's main soldiers, Ghost, got his girlfriend Tasha pregnant with twins. And they had some plans to get Ghost from off the corner so he could support his family. But Kanan wasn't hearing it. He was happy with the arrangement they already had. Because of that, one day Ghost told Kanan he couldn't make the run he was supposed to do. So Kanan went to do the run for him. But Ghost had screwed out the taillight on his car and Tasha made a tip to the police. So Kanan got arrested with product and with a pistol and was sentenced to do a 10-year prison bid. Effie being too young, only a little baby, to even remember her father. That's why in the Stansfield classroom scene, she said that she came from a one-parent home. And Krystal damn sure isn't the type of woman who would stand by a man while he's locked up in prison doing a bid. Because of that, her and her 2 kids moved to another part of town and had no more communication with Kanan. I wouldn't even be surprised if she knew where Kanan had some money stashed away at and she took it and used it to start over. But Jarita, Kanan's other baby mother, Sean's mother, held it down for Kanan while he was in prison, like he said when he got out. And that's why Sean was around Ghost, and Ghost took care of Sean, but not Kanan's other kids. But at the same time, Effie's older brother would have been around 11 or 12 when Kanan went to prison. And now he had to be raised without a father, or even without a father figure like Sean had his Uncle G. Because of that, Kanan's oldest son turned to the street life, and this is how he was eventually killed in a robbery gone wrong years later. This caused Effie's mother, Krystal, to go into a deep depression and start drinking heavily. Effie told Tariq that her mother hadn't been sober a day since her brother died and called it a shit show. But Effie's brother didn't die until years down the line when Effie was older, closer to the time she went to Cho. And I spoke briefly in my video yesterday about the OG Power Easter egg, how Kanan was teaching Tariq how to play chess before he died. And in Season 6, when Effie was introduced, she became Tariq's new chess partner. To go into more details about this, Before Kanan went to prison, he likely taught his son how to play chess because of his intelligence, while he taught Sean how to play basketball because of his height. Then once Effie started getting older, her brother passed down chess to his little sister. Also keep in mind the story that Effie told Tariq in the car in season 3, how her mother's boyfriend used to violate her, and when she worked up the nerve to tell her mom what happened, she married the man. And that definitely sounds like something a female as toxic as Krystal would do. And before she told Tariq that, when she was telling Tariq this story, she said before that man came into the picture, her mom used to have different men coming around all the time. So it's obvious that Krystal was doing what she had to do to get her bills paid once her baby daddy Kanan went to prison. Keep in mind she was a jump off from the time Kanan met her. Aisha rejected Kanan at the movies, so he left her there and showed up at Krystal's, who he smashed the same night. And it wasn't even Kanan who initiated the relationship. When Kanan showed up at Krystal's door, he told her it was bold of her to call him like that. I'll put a link to the part 1 description if you haven't watched it yet, but a few details that I did want to go over from that video is the fact that Alix Capri, who plays Effie, already played 50 Cent's daughter once in another show before called The Den of Thieves. And even though Effie has parents, Obi could find nothing on them and called her little orphan Annie. This is because I believe that Effie got emancipated at the age of 16 around the same time she got the scholarship to go to Cho. And when she did this, she also changed her government name to protect her mother from her choice of getting into the drug game. I also believe that Effie has a closer relationship with her mother than she leads on, and that's why she still has Effie's number after all these years. And that Effie sends her mother money, and that's why her mom was calling her in the first place. Think about it. Krystal is definitely the type who will be asking her daughter for money. Keep in mind how Riley told Sax that she thought it was weird that Tariq's grandma was asking him for money because usually it's the other way around. And this would explain why Effie's always so broke and couldn't even afford to pay her tuition, even though she's been hustling for all these years. And I also think that Effie's going to get her own spin-off, and that's why they're introducing her mother into the storyline now. A lot of people have said, why are they introducing her mother now with only 3 episodes left? That's because Effie's going to get her own spin-off, and her mother's going to have a bigger role in that series. With that said, making Kanan Effie's father, meaning Rock would also be her grandmother, would make Effie possibly the most important character in the whole Power universe as the sole heir of the Thomas family bloodline. Possibly even making her more important in the Power universe than Tariq. Because even if something happened to Tariq, which I hope doesn't, there is still Yaz to continue the St. Patrick storyline. And I was told Alix Lepre said she cried when she found out how Effie's story would end in book 2. Of course she would cry for joy finding out that she's getting her own spin-off and Effie gets to continue the story for the entire Thomas family. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.